Hi, Ben here for Ben's Soft Wash, and in this quick little video we're going to detail a ZAPPLICATOR set up in a very small van, its functionality and the different ways of getting it set up for work. So the first consideration is how do you supply water to your ZAPPLICATOR, which powers your dosatrons. And in this particular setup we've got a high flow rate pump. This particular pump will do some rinsing for you as well, so you will not need a pressure washer. It's not as good as a pressure washer, but it will certainly do a lot of rinsing for you. It's really useful in noise sensitive areas. So this high flow rate pump will drive your dosatrons and do your rinsing for you. It will do the dosatrons and the rinsing at the same time as well for two-person operations. So the outlet of this pump is here, and that then feeds to the inlet of your ZAPPLICATOR. You've got plenty of hose there if you're on site to have the pump away from the ZAPPLICATOR. This line here then is your return, and that feeds back to your buffer tank. You have a buffer tank then, only 25 litres, that's all we find generally which is needed. You could of course use a wheelie bin or a barrel, something like that, but we find most jobs with a 25-30 litre tank is absolutely fine. So that's that. The inlet to the pump is here with this wire reinforced suction hose, and that goes to the bottom of your tank there. Okay, so to feed your tank you then connect in your hose pipe, and that is coming from your domestic water supply, and you turn the lever on, that will start filling the tank, and it will automatically stop filling when it hits the float which is fitted on the inside. So it's very important that you fit the inlet to this side here, to the right hand side if you're looking at it, as that is where the float valve is fitted, and your return line here which is just open fed. So that's your buffer tank for feeding a pump. You turn the pump on here. When the pump is not being used or there's no load on the pump, all it does is feed back to the tank so that your motor does so your pump does not burn out. You use this bypass valve then. You can actually use this to set the pressure. If you want to reduce the pressure coming out of the pump, it will go into bypass mode more easily than if you have it screwed all the way down, which is full pressure. So if I just screw this down, that is the full pressure you're going to get out of this pump. Always plug your pump into an extension lead with a residual current device, which will trip if anything ever happens to the electronics in here. Okay, so that was that. So that's how you power your ZAPPLICATOR with a pump. If you weren't using a pump and you just want to use your domestic or commercial water pressure, you just disconnect this here, and the water inlet then can just be plugged into here. Okay, and then turn on the valve and it's ready to go. You could also disconnect this here and connect to your window cleaning pump as well. If you have a window cleaning pump in your van for those small little jobs, 100 psi, 5 litre per minute window cleaning pump will power the dosatron just lovely. Okay, once you've sorted out your water supply, you're going to want to decide which dosatron you're going to use. So if you're using BioCleanse, which is in this tank, you're going to use the BioCleanse dosatron here. If you're using Lightning Cleanse in one of these drums, you're going to be using the larger dosatron at the back. Both dosatrons release the pressure on the outlet side before making any adjustments. And then there's a little locking nut here. Just loosen off the locking nut, this one here, and then do your adjustments up and down, however you want to adjust it to the right ratio. Lock it back like so, just finger tight, and then that will dose in proportion to the amount of water going through it. The outlet of the BioCleanse dosatron is here, as you can see, and then you can plug that into this hose reel, or if you have another hose reel like here, you can plug it into this one here. So in this particular setup, what we find really useful is to plug in the lightning cleanse into this hose reel, and then you have a second hose reel then which is plugged into your rinse water, which then lets you do some rinsing as well when it's ready. And then you'll swap your lightning cleanse for your BioCleanse then at the end of the job when you want to give any other treatments using the BioCleanse. All with our non-drip couplings, of course, so even when the pump is running, nothing will come out of these fittings until you plug in the male end of them. Okay, so if you come into shot there now, take the dip tube out of the container which is used to clean out the dosatron, and place it into the lightning cleanse drum, tighten it down, okay, and now the lightning cleanse dosatron is ready to go. Connecting the lightning cleanse to the hose reel,